Hello everyone and welcome to Study IQ English. I am Joycey Joy. In this video, we will be discussing about unemployment and different types of unemployment. Let's get started. First, let us see some of the terms related to unemployment. So first one, unemployment rate. What is unemployment rate? It is the number of people unemployed divided by the working population or people working under the labor force. So what is unemployment rate of a country? That is the rate, that is the number of unemployed people, that is number of people who are unemployed divided by working population or people working under the labor force, that is unemployment rate. So this is the formula. Unemployment workers divided by total labor force into 100 will give you a percentage, and this percentage is the unemployment rate in a country. Now we will discuss about three approaches for measuring unemployment. There are three approaches for measuring unemployment, and these three approaches are developed by NSSO. NSSO works under MOSPI, which is the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. So NSSO has devised three methodologies or three approaches for measuring unemployment. One is daily status approach, another one is weekly status approach, and the third one is usual status approach. First, coming to daily status approach. Unemployment status of a person under this approach is measured for each day in a reference week, and person having no gainful work even for 1 hour in a day. He is described as unemployed for that day. So here under the daily status approach, the unemployment of a person is measured on a daily basis, which means that a reference week will be taken. A week for the purpose of measurement or for the purpose of reference will be taken, and in this week, if a person does not have a gainful work means what? Productive activity. If the person does not engage in a productive activity even for 1 hour in a day, then the person is considered as unemployed in the daily status approach. Next is weekly status approach. It highlights the record of those persons who did not have gainful work or were unemployed even for an hour of any day of the week preceding the date of the survey. So it is weekly status, which means the unemployment rate or the unemployment status of a person is considered on a weekly basis under weekly status approach. Here the record of those persons who did not have a gainful work or were unemployed even for an hour, that is for 1 hour on any day of the week preceding the date of the survey. Third one is usual status approach, and it gives the estimates of those persons who were unemployed or had no gainful work for major time during the 365 days. That is at least half of the 365 days. Here the reference period is 1 year, and in this 1 year reference period, if a person did not had employment for at least half of the period, half of 365 days, then it is considered as unemployment for the case of usual status approach. So these are the three approaches by NSSO for calculating unemployment rate. Next, we are coming to the types of unemployment. So first we will see what is the definition of unemployment, then we'll come to different types. Unemployment is a situation when a person actively searches for a job and is unable to find a job. That is unemployment. So unemployment is a situation where a person is able and willing to work. So two things has to be met. Two requirements are there. Ability plus willingness. That is, a person should be able to work. Now here ability or the person's capacity is in terms of the skill sets of the person. Physical and also intellectual skill sets. Now, second one is willingness. The person should be able to work. Also, the person should be willing to work. Suppose a person who has the skill set but he is not willing to work, that cannot be considered as unemployment. So, unemployment is a situation where a person who is able and willing to work does not find a job. This situation is called as unemployment. There are different types of unemployment. First one, disguised unemployment. Here, the feature of disguised unemployment is that in case of disguised unemployment, even though a person is found to work, he does not contribute anything to the productivity. That is, the marginal productivity remains zero. The marginal productivity is zero. It's a phenomenon wherein more people are employed than actually needed and is primarily traced in the agricultural and unorganized sectors in India. That is disguised unemployment. Second one is seasonal unemployment. Unemployment that occurs during certain seasons of the year, as agricultural laborers in India rarely have work throughout the year. Seasonal unemployment means people are unemployed seasonally. When there is necessity or demand for labor, that is during the peak season they find the job, and during the off season they are unemployed. During peak season they are employed, and during the off season they are unemployed. Third is structural unemployment, category of unemployment arising from the mismatch between the jobs available in the market and the skills of the available workers in the market. So what is structural unemployment? This is due to the structural deficiencies. What is structural deficiency? Here the labor force will have some skill sets, but what the market demands is another set of skill sets. That is structural unemployment, which occurs due to structural deficiencies. Next is technological unemployment, loss of jobs due to changes in technology. So technological unemployment happens when people lose their jobs because of the changes in technology. For example, introduction of computers. So with the introduction of computers, many people might have lost their jobs because one computer can replace many human beings. So that is technological unemployment because of introduction of new technology which can replace human capital. Next is cyclical unemployment. Cyclical unemployment happens due to business cycles. We know that in a business there are different cycles. There would be peak season, then there would be depression, then there can be recession, and after recession there can be the phase of recovery. During depression and recession, the production or the output generation in businesses are low, and this can result into increase in the rates of unemployment. Increased rates of unemployment. So cyclical unemployment is caused due to the nature of business or due to different cycle or different phases of business cycle. Result of business cycle where unemployment rises during recession and declines with economic growth, and is mostly found in capitalistic economies. This is mostly found in capitalistic economies or developed economies. Next is frictional unemployment. Frictional unemployment is kind of positive unemployment where people are unemployed for a very short period when people change or switch between jobs or look for a better opportunity. Maybe they go for a higher education or they shift their jobs to find a better one. That is frictional unemployment, which is also called as search unemployment. It is a time lag between jobs. When an individual is searching for a new job or is switching between the jobs, means an employee requires time for searching a new job or shifting from the existing to a new job. When a person is shifting from the existing job to a new job, for a small period of time the person might be unemployed, and this is called as frictional unemployment. Next is vulnerable employment, and one of the major types of unemployment in India is vulnerable employment, which means the person is working in an informal sector without proper job contract and therefore does not have a legal protection. That is, there is no job security for the person. There is no job security, and this is one of the major forms of unemployment that Indian economy faces. So these are the different types of unemployment and some of the important terms related to unemployment. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you all the very best.